Hey guys, so I made a video a couple days ago talking about your self-concept, and in it I said, I was talking about how the world reflects you and how it's always there. Like if you have something in your 3D that isn't showing you, that isn't reflecting to you the value that you feel about yourself, it's because deep down, there's an issue where you are allowing that to be there. And in this video, I said also, this is why this law is why you never have to feel vengeful, and why you don't have to worry about, people getting away with things. To me, this is essentially what karma is. It's that you will reap what you sow. And, that everything that happens in your life was caused by something. This is why when you make a big change, you have to sit through some of the echoes from the past that come up. You can't allow that to throw you off course, or else you'll never get where you're trying to go, because you've been planting seeds the whole time, and some of them take a little while to come to fruition. And even after you've made a change, sometimes you just have to sit through those things. But the point I wanted to make with this video is that I wanted to illustrate briefly with as little detail as possible. I tend to go into details with these things way too much, but this is one of the great things I think about dealing with people, because you get to see, if you have the benefit of being able to look in on people from your past, or if you have a family member, that drives you crazy, or something like that, you can really see this as time plays out for people. You see that they reap what they sow. And so if somebody does something bad to you, bad is subjective, and the way you react to it is based on you and all that stuff. But, if somebody does something that's pretty objectively bad, like, they betray you in some way, or steal from you, or something like that, you will find that they are always paid back for that, and it's always their own doing. I've seen this over and over and over again. I've had the joy, I'm sorry to say, the guilty pleasure of seeing justice served up to almost every person that I ever feel has wronged me, down to the most, minute interaction. Being out here publicly talking about this stuff, I have gotten a lot of haters over the last couple years, and some of them have been such fervent haters that they would do something like start a whole thread about me somewhere. This has happened a couple times. And so here's a little example. There was this one person on Reddit who I don't know what, I think she was a self-appointed, specific person police. And the things I said about it, she really didn't like it. And so, there was one thread where I kind of went off on somebody because they posted a text of their specific person who was in a relationship cheating on their girlfriend with the poster. Like, this was she was like, look, he's with somebody else, but it's working. My SP is telling me he wants to be with me, even though he's with this, and the text in the message was just gross. It was I don't care that so-and-so is, I don't remember if the person was there, or the other person was mentioned, and the boyfriend guy was basically I don't care that I'm with her. I'm just thinking of you. And I was really? You're excited about that? The base rule of life is if they do it with you, they'll do it to you. It's because it's not about you. That's, whatever. So I kind of went off, and I was just why are you excited about somebody? What you need to think about, why you want to be with somebody that would do this. That's really what you need to be doing. And so anyway, this SP police person just made this big thread, just basically inviting everybody to trash talk me. Meanwhile, it was funny because this thread was posted right after my specific person showed up and was like, you're perfect for me. And I was planning this romantic notion where I would see if we would reunite. Okay, so SP had just shown up. My friend that I've mentioned in the last couple videos had just told me I've had this, I've had this change of mind, and I think, you know, I'd be willing to give it a shot to be exclusive with you. And then I had met Matt also. So I had, in the meantime, like this had just happened. But so there's this whole thread where they're all trash talking me, saying what a mess I am. None of them have ever really watched anything I said, because it was all just like trash talk that had nothing to do with me. And so, but there was this main, this main instigator who was just like all over the place, just like talking shit, talking about how, you know, she has it all and she knows what she's talking about and she controls all these people, and just because she wanted it, you know, this thing happened, and just blah, blah, just like running her mouth through this whole thing. So a couple days ago, I happened to run across this person. I wasn't looking for her, but I happened to run across her looking through some of my old stuff. And I clicked on her profile, and she is now posting regularly as of like a week ago in the divorce subreddit, because she's in the middle of a divorce. And it's been a long time since this person made any comments on anything having to do with Neville Goddard in any subreddit. It's all just like, you know, now running her mouth somewhere else in politics circles. Like, people get what they are. People get what they are. It always works out that way. And if that person didn't post in the divorce subreddit, nobody ever would have known. But, you know, there it is. There's another example of somebody who got what was coming to them. You know, I mean, people just get what's coming to them. It just happens, and they do it to themselves, you know? So that's a little recent example, but I have seen this with every person ever. I've made some other posts, I've made some other videos where I talked about some shit that went down with my stepsister in the past. Like, she was a really offensive bitch to me and made some rude comments, and her life has not gone well since. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, if you take anything personally that happens or is said about you, it's just a total waste of time, because the things that people do and say are about them. They're never about you, even if they're directed at you. It's just the way their personality displays itself in the world. So you never have to worry about it. You never have to worry about that person that cheated on you, just like suffering no consequences for it. All you have to do is just become a person that doesn't get with people that are cheaters. And I'm telling you that you can do that, because I'm one of them. I've never been with anybody that cheated. People always give you the clue early on that they're that type of person. And all you have to do is be in the right frame of mind, and you'll pick up on it. You know, if you're somebody that really doesn't want to be cheated on, and you're truly not I don't know how to put this exactly, because nobody wants to be cheated on, but you know, there's not wanting to be cheated on, and then there's not being willing to have that happen. I think some people don't want to be cheated on, but they just think that maybe that's just a thing that you have to deal with in relationships, or maybe they think that, you know, really they just can't expect somebody to be faithful to them. You know what I mean? There's these little things that are in there, and when you completely clean that out, you know, it's hard to do that overall with everything, but you know, I would rather be alone than be in a relationship with I would much rather never have another relationship than to have to be with somebody that's a cheater. So I don't know, something about that just makes you unblind yourself to those things that are obvious to other people. You know, I don't think anybody's perfect in this area. You know, I'm certainly not. You know, I'm really good in the cheating area, and I'm really good in certain areas of picking somebody. But, you know, I have been completely blind to things that people were just like, what are you doing, throughout my dating history. And, you know, it's a process. It's a process, but it's available. It can be gotten, I guess is what I'm saying. You know, there's no reason to feel dejected about any of it, because you can just keep working on it and you'll get there. And you don't have to worry about other people or what they're doing. That's the beauty of it. You can just leave other people alone. It's amazing. You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to try to change their behavior. You don't have to do any of that. And you don't have to worry about justice, because the person that did the things to you that you know have made you feel like, you know, that sick, low feeling of, you know, they did something to me and it's not fair and they're going to get away with it. It never works like that. It never works like that. Even if you're looking in on somebody's life and it looks like their life is really good, I can tell you, I know a lot of people whose lives look really good from the outside and whose lives are good in a lot of ways, you know, but in the way that they fucked you, their life is a mess, period. You know, I'm not saying that everybody who did something bad to you is going to die, you know, crumpled and bleeding in a ditch. That's definitely not the case. But, you know, like, I personally have people in my life that are still around who have been pretty offensive to me. And I have seen how the exact thing that made them be offensive to me has completely fucked them over in lots of areas with other people, jobs, things like that. I've seen this play out. It's a law. It's a beautiful, amazing, just law. And it all leads back to one thing, which is there's nothing to worry about but yourself. There's nothing to worry about other people. It's all about you. The only thing you ever have to do is continue to build yourself into what you want to be. And the rest takes care of itself. It really does. It really, really does. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing that you don't have to fuck with or worry about. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. I have a lot of other stories, you know, that thing about the Reddit poster, that's just a little, you know, I think there's some Redditors that watch this. I like that one. But, you know, I've seen much, much worse things happen to people that have done much, much worse things to me. It's always commensurate with, you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall applies to this. The bigger the offense, the more painful the retribution that they cause themselves by being the type of person that did it in the first place. You know, they're that type of person 24 hours a day. They're the type of person that did that thing to you all day with everyone. You know, there's no escaping it. And I personally love it because I'm in a pretty good place with myself, and I've really over the years tried to make myself into a really decent person, and I have a life that reflects that. So I'm living proof. Anyway, have a great day.